Today we're doing a little uh, golf workout. Nothing too crazy. Probably gonna have to do a little bit of a warm up. Now, something like golf, which is a lot more dynamic than you think, we probably have to do actually a pretty explosive warm up. I do a lot of twisting, a lot of fast movements. Now, if anybody has any questions in the comments, pop it in. Ask us anything. I'm starting off just with some rotation of the hips, of the back. I will put a little disclaimer in here. I am terrible at golf. Let me start off my workout timer here. Of course, you got to have your workout timer started. Probably going to go for around 30 minutes. Like I said, I definitely wouldn't say I am the best golfer around. I am a pretty bad golfer. Um, but, it's a fun activity, something that is able to keep me consistent doing some exercises. After doing some twists, I also like to get, into a more hinged position, do some more rotations, keep on warming up the back, warming up the hips, getting ourselves moving. Then, of course, got to get the wrists going a little bit. Our wrists can definitely get stiff, whether we're sitting at home throughout the day, sitting at work, sitting at school, wherever we're sitting. The more we sit, the more stiff we tend to get. So just some swinging. Not the most exciting stuff. Then we open it up a little bit. Get a little bit more in. I know this isn't a normal swing. This isn't going to look great. Not that my normal swing ever looks great. But that's all right. Okay. Then this is a wonky one, but a lot of times with golf, we actually use a lot of rotation in the hips. So, do some of these. Big rotation movement. Sort of go both ways. The rotations are good for the hips because they can definitely get a little bit stiff out there. We want to get them going. Hello. Hello, Lynn. Nice to see you. We're just doing some stretches to warm up before we hit some golf balls. L Stream. Fanny. That is terrible. How can you say it's an L Stream without even seeing what's going on yet? Hello, Justin. You guys are about to see some very poor golfing. But we'll go for it. We already got our warm-up in. Just got the hips moving, got the back moving. All right, people, let me know what you think. This is just a 56. Feeling okay today. Can I sub to you? Oh boy. Well, let's get into this first. We're going to probably do 5 quick swings. Again, let me know what you think of the swing. Definitely have room to improve. Not a professional golfer or anything like that. Oh, thank you, Zone VR. Feeling okay so far today. Maybe a little bit stiff. I'd bring it up every time I do a workout or do one of these streams. I'm actually training for a Spartan race right now. And obviously, golf is not part of Spartan race training. But, we all have off days. And my off day tends to be hitting some golf balls, doing some stuff that's easy. I actually did a stream earlier in the week where we were just bike riding. Again, bike riding's another nice one. It's a little bit easier, not so crazy. Good way to get the body moving. What's everybody think? How are the swings looking today? Now, please don't ever ask my golf score. because you will not be impressed if you find out what my score is. Ooh, all of our balls are going all over the place. Now, one thing that we definitely wanted to do today, I know this is golf right now, but being a physical therapist, if anybody had any questions relating to health, fitness, injuries, things like that, just pop it in the comments. Nice and easy. Could have to do with golf. If you're having trouble with some mechanics, with some injuries, some ideas, things like that, pop it in the comments, ask a question. Or if you just want to make fun of my golf swing, you can always make fun of my golf swing too. That's definitely not a bad idea. I definitely never said anything about being a professional, that's for sure. I know sometimes it is just nice to watch people play golf. Does anybody watch now actually watch any golf channels, anything like that? I tend to watch a few. I know Good I watch every once in a while. Bryson DeChambeau. We did just hear about Scotty Scheffler winning the U.S. Open, I believe. What is actually the next golf tournament that's coming up? I don't even know if I know. Sort of hard to say. So, mentioned before, I'm using the 56 right now. I don't have anything too crazy or any crazy golf clubs. I actually, believe it or not, still have stock Top Flight sack clubs. And I got a few of these PGX wedges. So pretty much as basic as you could possibly get. I got the two wedges off of Amazon. Got the clubs, or the rest of the clubs, the irons and drivers off of whatchamacallit. Got my actually at Dick's Sporting Goods, but you know, they get the job done. If everything gets the job done, that's all that matters. Swing's actually not feeling awful today. Hitting some dingers. Seem to be going straight. I mean, I'm hitting right into a net, so you only know so much. A lot of what we like to do, at least on this channel, is just, find things to keep you active. I always tell a lot of my patients, the best thing to do is find an exercise that you like to do. And the reason that we do that is if you like the exercise, you're going to be more likely to continue it. And when it comes down to it, consistency is key. If we want to see gains in anything, we need to be consistent. If we're not consistent, we're not going to get anywhere. And honestly, I'd probably be a lot better at golf if I was actually more consistent with it. What do you guys think in the comments? Could we try to do a live stream golfing at an actual course? I'd have to figure out how we're going to do that. But that's an idea for the future. See how it goes. Alright, that's it for 56. Probably about 25 shots. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Got to gather up those balls. And we'll actually jump right into an 8-iron. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Say hello in the comments. Now, what we've been asking everybody who's come in is if you have any fitness questions, if you have any exercise questions, injury questions, anything like that, put it in the comments. We will get right into it. If not, that's fine as well. If you wanted to see me be miserable at golf, then see me be miserable at golf. Like I said, it doesn't actually feel too bad today. The nice thing about playing golf in the basement is it doesn't matter how it looks. It's probably going to be fine. If you're hitting into a net, it just feels good. Especially when you start ripping some dingers into the net. That's one of my favorite parts, to be honest. We're not up to ripping some dingers just yet. Right now, all we're doing, with a little 8-iron here. I forgot what I was using, of course. We're just hitting into the net. Not going too crazy. Hey, if we have any golf connoisseurs out there, let me know in the comments. How can I improve? What can I do better? I know there's probably 1,000 ways I can improve. But that's why we do this stuff. We're willing to learn. That was a terrible shot. Every once in a while, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the balls sort of pop back from the net. It's a little bit terrifying. But these are actually foam balls too. If you have any room around your house and you do play golf, I'd actually recommend getting one of these little grass patches, getting one of those nets. It's really nice because, first of all, it's portable. It's pretty easy to move around. So let me show the net for a second here. I know, sorry about the light, people. Sorry about it. Glare. But that is the net. You can sort of tell it's not anything crazy, especially if you get some foam balls. It's a nice way to practice too. Nothing too crazy. I've always thought about getting one of those Rapsodo launch monitors. I always thought it would be sort of fun to have in the house, so I could actually see when I'm slicing the ball 500 feet to the right. I'm one of those guys I hear all the time, especially with my driver, that I slice the ball hundreds of feet to the right. It is a disaster. But, I think the biggest thing for me is I am a mental nutcase when I get out onto the course. Big thing with a lot of sports, just being able to calm yourself down. Those clutch moments, we've all seen it. Every sport that we've watched, there's going to be a clutch moment, and the people who aren't clutch, you could tell. They're not able to do the same stuff. They're not able to stay consistent like some other characters that we've seen before. That was a little bit of a dinger right there. Felt good swing. Let's see what we got here. All right, not too shabby. I mean, obviously, if we're playing some golf in the basement, everything's going to feel not too shabby. But, when it comes down to it, that's okay. Do we have any golf people watching right now? Or are we all other stuff, other fitness things? If not golf, what do you like to do? What sports are you into? Are you into any weight training, anything like that? I personally, I know I said it already in this stream, I'm going to do a Spartan race in July in the Poconos. If you're there, say hello. That was a terrible swing. That might have been the worst swing of the night. I've always been into, some bodybuilding type stuff, although bodybuilding has never really been the main focus. You could probably tell. I've done a little bit of strongman, believe it or not. Strongman's always fun to me because it's so dynamic and different. Most people don't do a lot of the strongman stuff, like a strongman log is something very unique, very different that we don't see too much. Strongman stuff is very fun though. Hey, not feeling too bad. In the comments, let me know. How's the swing looking tonight? Whoever Zone VR is, if it is a real person, said nice shot. I will take that one nice shot that they gave me. Because we all know that one nice shot is not going to last. So what do you guys think? Would you prefer to just watch me smack some balls into this net? Or do you like the little bit of commentary on the side too? Talking about some fitness things. Like I said, any questions on training, whether it be for golf or general strengthening, bodybuilding. We actually just had a bodybuilder on the podcast. His name was Jake Maglione. He was only a bodybuilder for a year or two, or a few years. He had his pro card in a natural division. Forget exactly what the letters were. I definitely recommend checking out that podcast. He's a very knowledgeable guy. Very nice guy as well. That's always a good part. But he talks a lot about the nutrition of bodybuilding. Something that like we don't really think about that much. The nutrition of bodybuilding is actually very complex. It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of moving parts to it. One thing that he talked a lot about was actually water manipulation, which is something I never even thought about as an issue for a bodybuilder. So, water manipulation, I guess to put it simple for people who haven't done any bodybuilding before, is basically trying to decrease the amount of water in your system so that you look more toned, more jacked. And Jake, ex-bodybuilder, was talking a lot about how that is something that's difficult, that honestly I never really thought about. He was telling us that you actually only drink around 8 ounces of water when you're about a week or two away from your bodybuilding show. So 8 ounces of water is just a cup of water. Which honestly, when it comes down to it, is pretty crazy. Like, can you imagine only drink a cup of water every day for about 2 weeks on top of eating 800 calories a day? I gotta look up things that are just 800 calories. A few glasses of milk. That's always an easy one. In the comments, let me know. What are things that add up to 800 calories? It's got to be like maybe a kid's meal at McDonald's or something like that. I would think a kid's meal at McDonald's probably has 800 calories. Maybe a little bit more. But only having that every day for 2 weeks, that's not too good. Not only that, of course, I was talking about Jake the bodybuilder. There's also a lot of different supplements that people have to use and take. And sometimes it could be a lot. Making sure that all that stuff gets in your system. It actually seems like a lot of times in bodybuilding, the working out, getting big, is actually like the easiest part. Like the getting big is like, you just have to do it. You have to be consistent with it. The nutrition, it's hard. Like, you go out with some friends, you want to have yourself a hot dog or a hamburger. You can't really have a hot dog or a hamburger because you're training for a bodybuilding show, training to look good. I know one of my biggest problems in fitness in general, oh goodness, that was terrible, is that my eating's not the best, honestly. Not consistent enough with the food that I eat, and because of that, got a little chub. Alright. A little better than before. Honestly, still not the best swing that we've had today. Let's see what else we got in here. There we go. Starting to get back into it. So when I use my wedge, what I usually think of is the ball isn't right in the middle, it's a little forward. Now, as a terrible golfer, I need you guys to let me know. Is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? I don't know. Does it work? Sometimes. Does it not work? Sometimes. I guess it depends on how much I'm thinking about it. We were talking before about just the mental aspect of golf or just sport in general. I know for me that's always been the toughest part. When you get down to the big moments, are you able to do what you have to do, really? And that's not always an easy thing. I know for me, I actually did shot put and discus in high school. And if you don't know about shot put and discus, you really only get 3 throws in most competitions, especially in the starting rounds. And it's easy to mess up. It's easy to step out if you don't know what a fault is. Let's say this was my circle. If I threw something and I stepped out of the circle, doesn't count. Got to stay in the circle. So, you train for months and months to try to get yourself ready for this thing, and it's just so easy to mess it up. So, again, going into the psychological, cognitive, clutch part of our minds, it has to be strong in order for us to be good at track and things like that. And then, of course, golf, one of the most mental sports out there. If you just rotate your club, the face of your club, tiny little bits, even less than what I'm doing, it's going to completely alter your shot. And when you're a psycho like me, it's not an easy thing to stop yourself from doing. I think that's why it's easy to just hit some balls in your basement, because you don't have to worry about it. I don't know where this ball's going. Well, not going anywhere good, we know that. But I don't tend to worry about it as much. You don't worry about it, you feel pretty good. Let's hit a dinger right here. That was a pretty good dinger. So let me know, people, in the comments, what sports are you guys into? What keeps you active? What keeps you going? Is there anything that keeps you active, keeps you going? Even if you're just passing through, you want to give us a quick little shout, let me know. What sports are you guys into? Do you do any type of strength training? I would definitely recommend that everybody does some strength training. It's one thing that a lot of people neglect. I know if we have any ladies in here, I doubt it, but if we do, a lot of people get worried they might bulk up from strength training. That's actually a myth. You could get more tone, but in order to bulk up, first of all, you probably need to have a little bit of juice, especially if you're thinking about like a female bodybuilder. And second of all, like, you have to lift for years and years with a perfect diet to get as huge as some of those people that we see on TV. So I wouldn't worry about it if we do have any ladies in the chat today. When it comes down to it, though, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to all this stuff, probably the most important thing is that we stay consistent. I mentioned before, the best exercise is the one that you like to do. If hitting some golf balls in your basement is what keeps you consistent, perfect. You could also sign up for something that keeps you, I guess, more interested too. Let's see, 3rd time for the night. I'm doing a Spartan race. Obviously, hitting golf balls is not for the Spartan race. But it's a nice thing to do on an off night. I streamed earlier in the week, actually a bike ride, It looked like a disaster. So, it sort of was. But the bike ride was another off day where it's a little bit more calm, a little bit easier. If you guys would like to see a Spartan race type workout, maybe we'll do that next. Maybe we'll put that up next. Maybe next week, maybe this weekend, depending on how we're feeling. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in a Spartan race type workout. Also, if you want to make fun of the swing, make fun of the swing. Just be constructive. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. I'm no fool. I know that the swing is not perfect. There's a lot of room to improve. There we go. All right. For everybody watching, last ball of this round. If this is a dinger, you gotta like. You gotta subscribe to the channel. Only if this is a dinger, of course. If it's not a dinger, we don't need anything. All right, let's see. Ooh. What do you think? Was that a dinger? Was that worth a little bit of a sub? I don't know how you do a little bit of a sub, but what do you guys think? Was that a good shot? I'm actually going to move over to the 6-iron. We're using the 5 hybrid for a while. I'm collecting balls, people. Don't worry. We're not out of here just yet. Make sure to say hello when you join us. Still collecting. So usually what I like to do when I'm hitting some golf balls in the basement, of course, is I try to start with the wedges. I actually saw this on a golf channel, starting with some light shots with the wedges. Bubby Golf, if you've ever heard of it. Bubby seems like a very nice guy. He was doing like a training with a pro golf instructor, and that's what the golf instructor told him. Start with a light or a few light swings just to get the body going, and then sort of increase, go from wedges to irons to drivers, sort of increase the intensity, go a little bit harder. So far, we've used the 56, we've used the 8-iron, and the 4 hybrid. Can't really do a driver in the basement. I will hit the ceiling, and we don't want to do that. You could probably see up here, you know, we got some, whatchamacallit, insulation stuff that we probably don't want to hit. We also got some pipes. We don't want to hit the pipes. That would not be too good for us. But let's get some dingers in here with the 6-iron. I'm going to start increasing the intensity a little bit. All right. Well, good news, good hit. Bad news, left shoulder felt awful. But we're going to continue. Still feeling pretty good. Slice that one like a banana. Actually hit right the post of my net, so it went shooting back. Don't worry, people, these are foam balls. I used to be worried, like, if I'm hitting a foam ball, will it carry over to an actual ball? I think it does. At least a little bit. It obviously doesn't feel exactly the same, but you're still working on the same swing mechanics. You're still doing similar stuff. So in the long run, should get the job done. All right, let's hit another dinger. Again, people, dinger for a like. Only if you think it's a dinger. If it's not a dinger, don't give it a like. I mean, that felt like a dinger to me. What do you guys think? Is that a nice fat dinger? Of course, we got to have some fat dingers in here. Let's get a few more in here. I just hit the net. That's all right. I slid back a little bit. We got to get a few more in here. I would say we probably have about 15 to 20 balls left. I'll probably rip through these. While you guys are here, I mentioned it a few times earlier. Ask questions if you have any. Whether it be for golf, whether it be for strength training, bodybuilding, exercise, fitness in general, diets. Any questions that you guys might have, pop it in the comments. Let me know. At the Glute Guys, we're here to talk about health and fitness, whatever that may be. So we like to hear as many questions, topics that you want to ask us about, whatever you think is interesting. We definitely encourage, hopping on the comments, letting us know any questions you might have, any ideas. Does anybody have any interesting people you'd like to see on our podcast? We will do our best to get them on here. So far, we've had an ex-pro bodybuilder. We had a guy that's pretty big on Instagram, 25,000 followers, named Rich Getting Fit. It's a guy with diabetes and some other health issues that has actually gotten very fit. He's lost a lot of weight, gotten in shape, got his diabetes checked out. We have a 50-mile runner. He ran 50 miles. And he also is, his name is Asante Han, FRVD Run Club. Very big in New Jersey, growing fastly. So like I said, anybody, you have any ideas who you want to see on our podcast, who you want to see us talking to, let us know. We do have a few other people coming soon that are going to be sort of cool. We have one guy, I don't know if I could say who's coming. We got to keep it under wraps until they come out. But I definitely would like to know from you guys in the audience, who would you like to see on the channel? We will send them a DM. You could send them a DM and tell them to send us a DM. Just one way or the other. Either send them a DM, tell them to go on our channel, or send us a message on Instagram. We'll send them a DM too. You guys just have to comment. You got to let us know who you want to see next. All we can really do is send them a few messages, and honestly, you never know if they're going to come on or not. But if they come on, that is fantastic. That'd be very cool. We've also had a few different physical therapists on. One guy is an owner of a physical therapy office in North Jersey. I forget the name of the place. I'll have to look into that one for you guys. A few outpatient orthos. High school coach, my brother actually. He's a high school soccer coach, pretty big into it. Won Coach of the Year's first year, again in North Jersey. For all you creeps out there, I don't live in North Jersey. I do live in Jersey, honestly. I sort of doubt anybody's going to look into it right now anyway. How are the swings looking, everybody? Pop it down in the comments. That was a bad one. Terrible contact. Splice the top. Let's see here. Let's see how long we've been going for. Use the nose. Use the nose. The nose isn't working. Let's see the elbow. Yeah, I give up. For all you guys who don't know, if you're wearing golf gloves, probably can't touch anything on your phone or on your smartwatch. All right, let's hit another dinger. There we go. We got 4 more hits, and then we are actually done golfing for the night, boys.
Got to end on 3 good ones. I got to focus up for these. If we get 3 good ones in a row, got to give us a like. Here's number 1. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. That was a dinger. 2 more. Let's give it another countdown, boys, in the chat. 3, 2, 1. What do you guys think? I'm not sure if that one was a dinger. That one was honestly a little sloppy. All right, last one. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, can't end on that. Cannot end on that. Slice that thing half a mile to the right. Okay, ready? Last one. Finish strong. Sort of hated that one too, I'll be honest with you guys. Got to end on a better one. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. That felt so weird. That's how you know you're getting a little tired. You're just ripping through like 5 in a row at the end. And the 5 in a row, each one is looking worse than the last one. So yeah, a little bit rough. Let's give it a second. Give some presses. Warm up a little bit, even though we're completely warm. You would think, how can this guy be sweating just from playing golf? The answer is that you hit golf balls for 35 minutes. Eventually, you're going to sweat. And eventually, you're not going to be able to hit a ball straight. And that's why we're still going. We will hit a ball straight before this night is over. All right, here we go. Let's end on a dinger. Oh, no. There is an unfortunate absence of dingers. All right. I need some love in the chat for this one. Oh, there we go. That's a nice dinger to end on. Now, for all of us in the chat, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, pop in the comments if any more people you want to see on the podcast, anything else interesting you want to see, any other fitness, diet, that type of stuff, tips, advice. We'll go into all that stuff, rehab, things like that. Let us know. Thank you guys all for watching. Have a very nice night, and we will talk to you guys very soon. I don't know how to stop this thing. There we go. Have a nice night, boys.